Hey, everybody.
Hey, welcome to the podcast. Here's a little bit of what you're going to hear today. Today we talk about,
AI.
man, AI, and somebody is not very patient with AI.
Yeah.
We also talk about a class that has stinky kids, question mark,
We also talk about Margaret and Peggy.
and Richard, and a new word that we found. Interesting one. You might know a few of these people that described that in your life. Lastly, we talk about things that Gen X had to deal with that might rage bait some of these younger folks.
Brandon, hit it.
Oh, yeah!
Cats in the cradle and the silver spoon. Little boy blue and the man on the moon.
Hello, everybody.
Blast off.
Oh, yeah. Blast off.
Welcome to the podcast today. We're happy to have you.
Yeah.
How you doing, Jonathan?
Amazing.
I feel like you've been burning some oil lately.
Some midnight oil?
Midnight oil. You've been burning both ends of the candle.
What do you mean?
So that's like you went to bed at midnight on Thursday. Then you got up at like 6 o'clock on Friday. And then you went to bed super late again Friday and got up super early Saturday.
Yeah.
Went to bed again late last night.
Oh, yeah.
You slept in today, though.
I only slept in like till 11 o'clock in the morning, So I'm still a little bit tired.
Are you a little bit tired?
Yeah.
What have you been up to, man? What have you been busy with?
So Thursday, I had to write a whole entire essay. Then Friday, I had a volleyball tournament. That was pretty fun. We also won the volleyball tournament. Saturday, also had a volleyball tournament. But then I went to the dance.
How was that?
It was all right.
It was all right.
It was musty in there, I'll tell you that. It was
Yeah.
it was like extreme. Like you walk in, like outside it's like pretty nice. Outside you walk in, it's just a moist, hot climate,
That happens.
Yeah.
Keep talking. So tell me about the dance. I'm looking for. Somebody sent me a text today of a word that we definitely need to talk about.
Did I say it?
No, you didn't. I can't remember who sent it to me, but it was. Oh, I found it.
You found it?
Yeah. Should we just make this our good? Maybe our sponsor is now the word of the week.
Let's just make it the moment.
This is the moment. This is the moment
of the week.
Moment of the week.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Who's this moment of the week brought to us by?
Red Rock Payments.
Red Rock Payments. Tell us what they do for us, Johnny.
They basically help you out with any of your online payments.
Yeah, contact them, redrock-payments.com. Put in the promo code CNCP. Get yourself a discount.
Yeah. You can also contact them at 702-915-6888.
So we're calling this the moment of the week, but it's just the moment that we're doing right now.
Yeah.
The word is cockwomble.
Cockwomble.
Cockwomble. It's one word. It spells exactly how you'd think it would. Cockwomble. And it's a walking, talking waste of oxygen who speaks with full confidence and zero brain activity. A completely useless person that spouts constant craziness, repeats it louder, and acts shocked when everyone rolls their eyes.
Wow.
So basically, there's a lot of cockwombles out there.
Yeah, basically just like idiots.
Yeah. Yeah, somebody who's just like, oh, the earth is flat. That's a cockwombler.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's your moment of the week right there, Joe.
There you go.
I hope that sponsor doesn't get pulled.
Ice-breaking stuff on CNCP.
All right, there's a few things. Okay, I want to start off with this one. Okay, so I teach an early morning class, right? It's like an early morning. We'll call it Sunday school, but it's called seminary. Early morning, and
I go to that.
You go to it, not to mine. So I teach it. So the last couple weeks when I've been teaching, like I'm standing up there teaching, I got a little like lecture thing. I kind of whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm standing there. And I'm like, dude, these kids stink.
They
like physically, like they smell. Like not
really?
And so, they're there. And like it got to the point one day after class, I went to this guy that I teach with, and I said, I'm like, Brad, I need you to do a smell check. Like I smell something. I don't know if it's me. But it stinks, and he does the smell check. He goes, "No, man, you're good." I'm like, "All right, cool." So Monday, he was teaching on Monday. It's after class, and I'm standing up by this lectern thing, and all of a sudden I smell again. All the kids are gone now, and I'm like, "Dude, it can't be Brad that smells." And so I'm like, let me look inside this lectern because there's like a little drawer thing in there or whatever. I look in there and I'm like, okay, there's some markers, there's a eraser, there's a silver container.
Oh, I think no way.
Dude, so I pull out this silver container. Oh my gosh, it stunk. It stunk to high heaven. Like it was terribly. Was
it our? Wait, that was. Oh my gosh.
So mom's been so mad because we have misplaced this container. She said this container costs like $30.
Yeah,
it's like a
let me
a
tell you.
Tupperware thing.
Let me tell you what happened. So, we have pasta the night before. Somehow, no fettuccine alfredo. I went to Olive Garden, so we had fettuccine alfredo. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna put it in this container, toss it in the microwave, throw it in my backpack. So, I'm in seminary, and I start to smell pasta. I'm like, it smells like fettuccine alfredo.
Good day.
Yeah. No, but like, you don't want to be smelling like food, That's like not that good a thing. And I look in my backpack, there's oil all over it.
Oh,
the
man.
container leaked. The pasta somehow had some oil. So I do what I would usually do. I took the container out of my backpack and threw it in the trash can. I didn't want it.
So mom was ticked about this.
Yeah. She's like, you better go back there, dig through that trash can, and take it out. So I'm like, okay. Went back, got it out, and I don't want it in my backpack all day, so I gave it to you.
And apparently what I did with it, I don't know why I did this, but apparently I put it inside this lectern.
Yeah.
Instead of just setting it on top of it, which I then would have remembered. This was months ago. This was probably 3 or 4 months ago.
I know.
So it's been sitting there. What's crazy, so I guess there's a room where they like store all of our stuff over the weekend.
Yeah.
And when Dustin went to get all of our stuff out, he went into that room. He goes, oh my gosh, it smelled so terrible. They were going through everything. Like, there's got to be food somewhere. They were looking for it everywhere. They couldn't find anything. And so then all of a sudden, I'm like, okay, well, let me do this. I pull it out. Oh my gosh. So I opened it up. I've never seen so much mold.
Oh.
So it's funny. So I'm telling Renee about this last night or this morning. I don't know when it was.
Yeah.
I think it was this morning. And she goes, please tell me you did not throw that thing away.
You threw it away?
100% I threw it away. And she's like, I would have cleaned that. I'm like, Renee, you don't know the damage that was done to that thing. She's like, that cost $30. I'm like, first of all, I don't know where we're spending $30 on like this silver lunch pail thing that doesn't contain fluids.
Yeah, that is,
But, she's just so you know, she's super mad at me and you about this. And because it's a $30 container that we've now lost and thrown in the trash. But I'm just telling you, dude, the mold in that thing was so disgusting.
It was its own like climate in there.
Dude, it had its own atmosphere. It was a planet and stars. Dude, it was.
You saw little humans walking around down there.
Dude, it was so I opened it and I was like,
you started gagging.
Oh my gosh, it was so nasty, man.
Turns out it was Brad. Brad was the one that was stinking.
I thought it was Brad the whole time. I was like, it's either this kid Jason or it's Brad. It's one of them, man.
No, this can't be Brad smelling up the room.
Oh man, it was crazy. All right, I got something I need to confess to you.
Okay.
And honestly, I think there could be some repercussions in this in the long term for me.
Oh no.
I have found myself yelling at AI lately.
Oh. Tell me about this.
All right, so like in my car, so I drive a Tesla.
Yeah.
I have Grok in my car, so I can like say, hey, I'm going here. Give me directions to this place and this place, and I want to stop by for XYZ beforehand, whatever. So like yesterday after Ralph's game, I'm like, hey, we're going home, but we want to stop by ice cream. I want it to be a pit stop on the way home.
Yeah.
And so it like takes me on some route. I'm like, no, I don't want to backtrack to then go the other way. Like it needs to be on the way home. And it starts talking. I'm like, no, like, shut up. Like, you're interrupting me. And so, like, I'm telling the AI to shut up. I just think at some point it's going to backfire in a real bad way.
Like, you're telling me to shut up? How do you shut up for life?
Yeah, all of a sudden, like, it locks all the doors and it just goes super fast.
Good luck with this, Josh.
It, like, drives me off a cliff.
Yeah.
But it's like, allegedly AI is just numbers, right?
Yeah.
Like it's a code. It's not a human being. Now that doesn't mean I should be mean to it and tell it to shut up.
Yeah.
But it also means that it shouldn't get offended.
Did it get offended?
I mean, it didn't identify itself as offended. But I think it's just keeping score at this point.
Yeah, it's like, okay.
I mean, it's like some kid at school, right? Like, maybe he says something funny and you're like, yeah, that was kind of funny. I'll just let this one slide.
Yeah.
But then like the next day he pushes you against the locker and you're like, wait a second, that felt like that was intentional. The third day he like tries to trip you. And then the fourth day you're like, dude, that's it. It's time to even the score.
So then I fight him.
No. You just say, hey, listen, buddy, violence isn't the answer, Johnny.
Yeah. You're like, you get in the car one morning, you're driving, you're like, hey, Josh. You're like, what?
Yeah, like it addresses me.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't remember hitting Grok.
I noticed you've been a little aggravated.
Like tries to work through it.
Yeah. Like stops by a therapy place on its way.
But I do want AI to become more conversational. The problem is like she just drones on too much. It's like the person that
100%.
like you're just like you are talking way too much.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
That's all you got.
I mean, unless you have anything else to add to it.
Well,
Have you been misbehaving towards your AI, Jonathan?
no. Sometimes no, I haven't.
Okay.
Yeah.
I need you to help me out with something.
All right.
I've noticed that teenagers, I don't know if you really do this, but like in this class that I teach, I've noticed that teenagers do very particular foldings with their socks.
What do you mean foldings?
So like you put on a pair of socks.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a Nike, it's Adidas, it's whatever. It has a logo on the sock.
Yeah.
They don't just pull them up so they're high.
Yeah.
They don't just pull it up and then kind of scrunch it down a little bit. They'll like pull it up and then like fold it back down on top of itself. So the sock still is doing its job, but just not mid calf. Now maybe it's like beginning of the calf. Like it's a very groomed sock.
Yeah, I don't do that.
I know you don't do it, but I'm just trying to figure out what's up with that.
I couldn't. I have no idea. Like, I don't know. Like, maybe somebody like doesn't like their sock all the way up, and they don't like it looking all wrinkly, so they fold it.
Is that an okay thing to do?
No, 100% no. I don't know. What?
I'm not like Ralph's sitting over there.
Oh no!
I think somebody's let a little gas loose.
It was not me.
It was Ralph. He's over there
Oh my
like,
gosh!
dude, he stinks so bad.
He's over there relaxing.
He's over there.
The yoga
He
ball.
has a yoga ball rolling out of his stomach and letting it loose, apparently. And it is a potent scent.
Good thing I can't smell it yet.
Oh, dude, it's fresh. It's a very fresh smell. Thank you, Ralph, for gracing us with you. He's our live audience over there.
Yeah. He's just laughing his brains out.
He like doesn't listen to he goes, I don't listen to the podcast. I just catch it live. What a goober, dude. Okay. I don't know if we'll be able to pick up his laughter, and I can kind of hear it. I think.
Yeah,
in the mic,
bro.
so.
He's dying laughing over here.
All right, you told me a while ago that you said why I have in here a note. It says, why is JJ dreaming that you're in trouble?
Oh, I have no idea. But I think it was this week, maybe last week. I had a dream. So I had my phone in my room, and I'm not allowed to have my phone in my room. But I was just listening to scriptures. So I was listening to scriptures, and then I'm like done. I finish. I turn off my phone. I'm like, oh, crap. I have my phone in my room.
Busted.
And then I'm like about to go sneak over to your room and put it on the charger without getting caught. And you walk in the room. So I like quickly try to like sit on it or something. And then you're like, what the heck? and then you're like, dude, you know the rules. And then he's like, you're grounded. I'm like, no, I swear. I was just listening to my scripture. I swear. And then you're like, nope. And that was the end of the dream. I can't remember the other one. But it was a similar situation. Yeah, but I've been having some crazy dreams.
Yeah, you had. What was the dream you had last night?
Last night, I don't even know. I was like in the old times, and there's like a railroad, but it went through the pine trees. Like we're in a forest, and it went through the trees, and somehow there's zombies, and like,
Of course.
yeah,
Like, why wouldn't there be?
we had to like blow up all these zombies, but one of them didn't work, and it just was crazy.
Okay. Crazy dream for Johnny.
Yeah.
Are you in trouble? Do you need to be in trouble? Like, are
No.
you dreaming you're in trouble? Like, maybe you need to be in trouble.
I don't think I
Dude,
need
hey,
to be in trouble.
Hey, you're grounded, dude.
What?
No, after this, you're going straight to bed, buddy.
Oh no.
Yeah, I don't want to hear anything about it. Okay, I was talking to, I was in a work meeting, and somehow we were talking about names, and we were talking about, like, you know, does the name, like, on a loan application, does the name does it have to match their legal name? So, like, my legal name is Joshua,
Yeah.
so can I apply as Josh? And they're like, well, no, it doesn't really matter because blah, blah, blah. And so then somebody said, well, what about like Margaret and Peggy?
Yeah.
And I said, excuse me? And they said, yeah, like Peggy is a nickname for Margaret.
What about Richard and Dick?
So I brought that one up in the meeting, and they said, of course you had to go there, Josh. Another one. So, but how does that make sense that Margaret is Peggy?
I don't know. Wait. But it does make sense though. You know, it kind of does.
It blew my mind. Then they said, well, Betsy and Elizabeth.
Betsy.
That one
What?
I can kind of get behind because you have Elizabeth, which could then be Beth, which could somehow then be Betsy.
Yeah, I guess.
But it's still too far away. Like Margaret and Peggy.
Peggy.
That blows. Like, I mean, look, go back to your Richard and Dick. That makes no sense
no
at all.
sense.
Hey, his name's Richard, but we just call him Dick. Like, excuse me? How do you justify? How does that make any sense at all?
Oh,
Like that's ridiculous.
that's just a crazy nickname in general.
I know. I'm like,
Hey,
who's-
Dick.
we're gonna be in trouble on this one, man.
that just doesn't make sense, you know.
It doesn't make sense at all. Like,
Like-
and again, like, if you decide, like, hey, it's a legacy name, like my dad's name was Richard, so he named me Richard, so I'm gonna name my son Richard.
Yeah.
Just then call him Rich. His nickname is Rich or Richie. His nickname's not anything else.
I have a friend. His real name is William, but he goes by Trey. He goes by Trey.
Hold on. Okay. I think Aubrey interrupted us here.
Oh my goodness.
All right. Sorry about that, podcasters. Aubrey was trying to call.
But yeah, I have a friend named William, but he goes by Trey.
See, and I think because for the love. Okay.
For the love of everything that's holy.
Yeah. Come on, Aubrey. Stop calling us. I don't know if that's going to show up on the noise here, but I don't think it will.
Yeah.
It's just annoying us. Okay. What
But-
else?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Trey, I think William's dad's name is William.
Yeah.
And so Trey's probably just a nickname that they came up with of like,
His middle name is Trent. So
why not just
So-
call him Trent then?
I don't know.
Start calling him Trent. Refuse to call him Trey.
Okay.
He's now Trent.
Okay.
Just like you're respectful. You call his dad Mr. Last name.
Yeah.
So just be respectful and call him by his proper name.
Yeah.
His Christian name is, if you will.
Okay.
Yeah. Peggy and Margaret. I don't know.
Peggy.
There's not a lot of Margarets out there.
Well, there was a show I used to watch, and wait, no, you know Captain America.
Yeah.
The girl that Captain America falls in love with, her name is Margaret, and she goes by Peggy. So
So that's why it makes sense to you because you were a Captain America fan.
yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. We're going to stick with this.
All right.
All right. There's one other thing that I kind of have to talk about, and then I'll kind of tell something that happened to me this past weekend.
All right, go ahead.
So I saw a reel, and it was people that are Gen X, like my age group,
Yeah.
and they were saying, what are things that would drive kids these days absolutely bonkers if they had to deal with that? So do you want to hear like what some of these were?
Yeah.
And so I just want to like the term was like, what would cause them to rage?
What would cause them to rage? I think let me guess.
Go ahead, guess
first.
at them. Yeah, guess.
So I think watching like TV, cause like there's not always a show on.
So that was part of it. That was one for sure.
And then like you'd also have to like record on the VHS or something.
So it didn't quite go to, but yeah, that's 100% it. Like you'd have to,
Yeah.
you don't have your shows on demand. That's
Yeah.
for sure part of it.
Also, making a CD, that would be pretty hard. You have to You have to sit next to the radio.
Well, no, so that was a tape. That was a mixtape.
Oh, mixtape.
Yeah, like there was a few people that were like the rich people had like a CD burner.
Oh,
And so what you would have is like you'd get the CD. So you'd have like your friend might have the CD, but say there's like, there's 12 songs on the CD and there's like 2 that you really like.
yeah.
And so you could extrapolate those 2 songs and put them on a new CD, and then you could kind of create your own mixtape.
Yeah.
So that very few people had that. That's more like early 2000s technology. So that's not really
Okay.
80s, 90s.
I think maybe not having a dryer. You have to hang your clothes up outside.
Dude, I had a dryer. I had a dryer. How old do you think I am? Come on.
Churning the butter.
Man. Milking the cow every morning.
All right, go ahead.
All right, so some of them. So the TV one was definitely one.
Yeah.
One they said was like going back on the TV is not having a remote control.
You didn't have a remote?
A lot of I think the first TVs that we had as a kid, there's no remote control.
Whoa.
There was these knobs, and so you'd have to go up to the knob, and like you had limited options. There was like literally there was like 5 channels on TV. There was
5?
There was NBC, there was Fox, ABC, CBS, and PBS.
Whoa.
Those were the main 5 that like everybody had. And then there started to become these like other ones that like the reception wouldn't be as strong. And so like
Yeah.
it might be staticky, or you'd have to like adjust the bunny ears on your TV in order to make it so like you have to like move it a little bit. Like I swear I have a memory of my dad being on top of the roof of the house, my mom standing by the door, we're watching the TV, and we're like he's adjusting the antenna to try to get a better signal.
That's pretty crazy.
That's a funny thing, man. That's a real thing, though. I don't know if that lived in my mind as a real memory, but that definitely is something that happened at somebody's
There
life.
was a Sprite, or either a Sprite ad or an NBA ad where that happened.
Yeah, that's a real thing, though.
Yeah.
All right. So another one that said would cause your group to rage would be having to manually roll up the windows.
Oh yeah. It's like Grandpa's car has that, but I don't know. It's like it's whatever.
To me, it's vintage, right? It makes
Yeah.
it more vintage. Like what's annoying to me? This is coming from somebody that's old. It's annoying that every window in the car doesn't have the one touch up and down option.
Yeah. Wait, they don't?
No, like if you go in David's car,
Oh yeah.
right? So only the driver's window. If you can one touch it, it goes all the way down, but you have to hold it to bring it up.
Really?
But like that couldn't have cost more than like 20 cents. Like just make that so every window you can one touch that thing down.
Yeah.
Like that's the dumbest feature to not just automatically include.
Yeah. Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make sense at all. So I think you brought up actually a lot of these good ones where, I had a question of like, okay, if I was asking this question to my parents, okay, so you got like the baby boomers,
Yeah.
and they're talking about the Gen Xers, like what did the baby boomers have to deal with that Gen X didn't have to deal with?
Yeah.
So I asked I don't use Chat GPT anymore. Did I tell you this?
No.
I'm done with Chat GPT. I've given up on it.
Oh, I heard the story though.
It gave me too much misinformation. I challenged it. I gave it the actual facts.
Yeah.
It doubled down that it was still right, even though I gave it the facts.
Really?
And so at that moment, I was like, okay, I'm chatting. That's where it comes back to the yelling. Like I yelled it. I said it was stupid.
Yeah.
Again, I wasn't very.
Dad.
It's listening.
No. You're gonna when AI robots come out,
They're gonna get me.
you're the first on the list. I mean, like the amount of like you're yelling at it, you're telling your car what to do. I don't think they like it very much.
But it's funny because when we saw Nate Bargatze a couple weeks ago, that was kind of one of the jokes that he had. He's like, "Yeah, I never say anything bad about my phone anytime I'm near it. Doesn't matter what it does. I just love it. I love it. It's really good. It's great. Because they're not going to come after him. They are going to come after me.
Yeah, they're gonna love Nate Bargatze.
They're going to love him. All right. So here's some things that my parents didn't have growing up that I had growing up that clearly you have. So the instant home life is what it says. So this is Gemini. I got this list from Gemini.
Okay.
So the microwave.
Microwaves.
Yeah, it says the boomers grew up with slow food by necessity. So like if you wanted to heat something up, like you'd have to throw it in the oven and slow cook it up.
Jeez.
But honestly, that's better. Like last night, Renee and I went to a very nice dinner.
Yeah.
She came home with a humongous prime rib that she like barely touched.
We sure did enjoy that.
But how did she heat it up? She slow cooked it in the oven to heat it up.
Really?
If she would have thrown that thing in the microwave, it would have been disgusting.
Yeah, probably would have.
But instead, she did the slow cook heat up. The thing was, I mean, we enjoyed that thing all day.
Oh yeah.
It's delicious. Dishwashers and clothes dryers.
So we actually don't have a
We still don't have them.
dishwasher.
So I just need to go buy one this week.
Yes.
I'm buying. You know, hey Renee, you have 1 week to stop me from buying a dishwasher. If you don't say anything to me about it, then on Saturday I'm ordering a dishwasher.
Sweet.
Sweet, it's gonna happen, man.
Oh yeah.
Oh crap!
Yeah.
Renee,
Dang it.
for those of you who aren't here, Renee's in the other room. She goes, "I heard you."
Well, we're gonna buy a dishwasher either way.
Yeah, either way, either way.
We're selling the dryer.
You have 1 week to stop my credit card. You better report it stolen, ma'am.
So they don't have they didn't have washers and dryers.
So here's what it says. It says, while these existed earlier, they became standard household staples during the Gen X childhood. For a boomer who grew up hauling wet laundry to a clothesline or scrubbing every part by hand, seeing a teenager just load a machine was a frequent point of contention.
Oh.
So they had it, but maybe not everybody had it.
Okay.
I don't think my mom had I think they had to go dry it on the clothesline, which part of it begs the question, like she grew up in Salt Lake, right? She moved here when she was 12, but like, okay, it's winter time.
Yeah,
it's snowing. It's freezing cold. How's it going to dry?
Yeah. I don't know.
It's going to freeze. Like your clothes are like frozen. You're like, just put it on. You're like, it's so cold.
Yeah, that you literally, because it's still wet. There's like ice literally, like it just like literally is a block of ice. You're wearing a block of ice.
All right, so this one made me laugh when I saw this. It says the calculator.
They didn't have
It
calculators?
says this was a massive generational flashpoint. Boomers had to master the slide rule or grueling long-form long division. Watching Gen X pull a Texas Instruments calculator out of a backpack to solve a math problem was often framed as losing the ability to think.
Oh yeah. Now AI, like
Yeah, you're like, what do I need to do this? AI does it for. Like literally, you take a picture of the math problem and it shows you the steps of how to solve it now.
Yeah.
And then you can say like, well, show me a different way to solve it, and it'll do that too.
Yeah. It's wild.
Personal transportation. So it says by the time Gen X hit driving age, 2-car households were the norm. Whereas,
2-car
yeah,
households.
most boomers grew up with having 1 car.
I think Grandpa was telling me that the car just came out when he was like really young.
Well, which no, they all had cars because cars was like early 1900s.
Early 1900s.
Yeah. So maybe there's a certain type of car that had just come out.
Yeah. He
But
said
cars had been coming around for a while.
he said that he got like a little like you know like one of those play cars or whatever that little kids
Like a
have.
remote control car?
No, like you sit in it.
Okay.
Yeah, he said he had one of those and it was like the coolest thing ever.
So what I'll tell you is like, I don't, have you ever been on a road trip where our car's broken down?
Never.
So that was a regular thing. Like that would happen all the time.
Really?
So like I vividly remember a number of times that we were on family vacations. Like, so my mom lived my grandma lived in Orange County.
Yeah.
And so we would go down and visit her. And like my dad loves the beach.
Yeah.
And so Friday he's off work. So we're driving, it's late at night. We'd arrive at grandma's house late Friday night. We'd go to the beach on Saturday, come home Sunday or whatever.
That sounds awesome.
And just, it was a good time hanging out with grandma. But I remember on a couple of occasions, like the car breaking down near Baker, like it would either overheat. There was times the timing belt broke.
Timing belt.
Yeah. You don't even know what a timing belt is, but it's a
No.
belt that helps keep your engine in time.
Oh, okay.
I don't know totally what it does, and so like literally grandpa is hitchhiking. He would get out on the side of the road. He would hitchhike, go to the nearest town, find a parts store that hopefully would be open, get the part, hitchhike back, and then change this timing belt, which isn't the easiest of things to do on the side of the road.
That is crazy.
Yeah. Meanwhile, like the rest of us, like we're in the station wagon, like asleep, or like, what's going on, Mom? And she's like, oh, don't worry, guys, it'll be fine. Like the air conditioner's not blowing, or we're like sweating to death.
That I know your dream car is a station wagon, and I think they right.
I don't know if I would if I could get a vintage station wagon, I would get it. I don't know if it's a dream car. I think my dream car might be like an old school Volkswagen Bug, like a
Oh,
1950s
that would be so awesome.
VW Bug, fully refurbished.
Want to be an awesome first car, Dad?
Tell me about it. Tell me, Johnny.
A Volkswagen Bug.
So I had a Volkswagen Bug when I was in high school.
I know.
It's like a death trap.
Really?
I mean, it like, you think of like all the safety features cars have nowadays.
Yeah.
That thing's like not even a tin can. It's like an aluminum can. Like if you get hit in that thing's just all crumpling up.
Oh.
If you rear end somebody, the gas tank's in the front of the car.
Oh.
So if you rear end somebody, like that thing could go up in flames.
Is the engine in the back?
Engine's in the back.
I'm pretty sure. I don't even know, but apparently, you can like if you have like a strong enough engine, you can do wheelies on it.
Yeah. So a dream that I have. So now that we're talking dreams,
Okay.
You'll know there's a few things you'll know that if I ever hit it big, there's a few things you'll know.
Okay.
All right. The first is you'll know that I've now paid for the YouTube ad-free section.
Okay.
And now that's not even that expensive. I think it's like $5 a month. But it's like one of those things like
Yeah.
I'm not paying it. I'm just going
Yeah.
to watch your stupid ad before I watch my 30-second video.
Yeah.
So that's one thing. Another is I will have a refurbished Volkswagen with a Porsche 911 engine inside that thing.
Oh yeah.
And it'll have to have a wheelie bar because whoop, if you punch it, that thing will giddy up.
That is awesome.
So just if you see me on Instagram driving, I mean, you won't because you don't have access to Instagram, Jonathan.
No.
But if you see me posting videos or talking about it, then you just know, yeah, that podcast must have really hit it.
When if the podcast hits it, you will know because I don't even know. I'm gonna be having all the cereal I want in the pantry.
What kind of cereal are you buying?
Captain Crunch, Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Would you really though? Like I know, like maybe the first time you do it, but like, are you really gonna do that?
No, probably not. I might a cool car would be awesome.
All right, yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah,
Like that'd be pretty cool. Like again, a boy can dream.
yeah.
Like all of a sudden we hit it big, and in like next year you're turning 16, and you're like, hey, Dad, let's go buy this car, and we like buy some like 1965 Mustang or something.
That'd be awesome.
And then people like show up to school like, oh, must be nice. Johnny has a rich dad. And he's like,
Yeah.
you're like, excuse me,
I earned it.
I bought this myself. Thanks,
Yeah.
bucko. All right. The last thing I'll share real quick on this was the mall. Apparently the mall was, it says to a boomer, the mall was a futuristic cathedral of convenience.
Really?
They grew up going to separate butchers, bakers, and hardware stores on a main street. Gen X being able to get everything from records to sneakers to Orange Julius under one air-conditioned roof.
Records to sneakers to Orange Julius.
Do you know what Orange Julius is?
Yeah, I know what an Orange Julius is, but is it like that popular?
That was a staple in every mall.
Really?
There was an Orange Julius. And it was funny because like the uniforms were like they had like red, blue, and yellow. So I think they were like a blue top that was kind of like cut off at the shoulders.
Yeah.
And then they had this like ridiculous hat that I think for some reason might have had like a spinny thing on top.
Oh.
I don't know if it really did or if that's just my memory. But it was kind of like, oh, dude, the Orange Julius. Like, oh, man, yeah, it's really good.
Rock on, dude.
What's funny is like malls are not even a thing anymore at all.
Yeah.
Like online shopping. So like you guys going shopping, like Ralph gets ever perturbed if he has to go shopping.
Oh, I know.
And so it's funny, like Renee and I just recently finally got to this online shopping for groceries with the online pickup or the mobile pickup. It's a game changer. If you're not doing that, you need to reevaluate your life.
Well, like, but are they gonna still keep the store, or like,
they keep the store because there's enough business to keep it, and they need to store it somewhere.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, that's an interesting question, like, right? Could you all of a sudden have just a warehouse of food? That's interesting.
That is interesting.
That'd be an interesting concept.
Yeah.
So maybe at some point grocery stores start shuttering up and they just turn into warehouses that have massive food in there. I don't know.
That would be weird.
All right, let's end this by saying this podcast is sponsored by
Doc R. Haldwin LLC, bringing you
happiness,
health,
and healing in a myriad of ways. You can contact her at
702-258-7860.
I got acupuncture today. I had a little bit of a headache, and it's just, she helped me out. I really appreciated the Doc R helping me out with that.
Hopefully, I can get a little bit of acupuncture.
It's given the hour, I wouldn't count on it. You chose to watch all that movie instead of coming up here earlier, so who knows? Okay, I got a text from. This is what somebody said about the good old Doc R. They went in to see her.
Okay.
Says new patient, a female. Apparently, she had acupuncture before, but didn't see any much of the results.
Yeah.
And so she had her first treatment a couple days ago. She came back, and she said she gets so much more out of herself. She said she felt zen. She felt able to take on any stress at work. And she said it was unbelievable how effective just one treatment was.
Yeah.
I don't even know. This is just kind of something Renee sent me. So, I don't know what the underlying causes or problems were that this lady was having or issues to cause her to come to this treatment. But she had one treatment and bam, she's like, dude, I feel amazing. And I'll tell you what.
That's crazy.
Renee's been full to the hilt. Like, she has been incredibly busy lately.
Oh, yeah.
So she's helping people out. It's a good thing.
Well, thanks for listening.
Oh, yeah!
Cats in the cradle and the silver spoon. Little boy blue and the man on the moon.
What is that one word?
Cockwomble.
Talked about Richard and